Hey guys, good to have you back. Today I'm talking about the Panorama XL, a machine I've been running hard for weeks, and it has completely changed how I look at high-end desktops. If you're the kind of person who doesn't settle for good enough, this is the system you've been circling. You already know you're not shopping for an entry-level tower. You want something that feels fast every single day. If you want to see what the current pricing looks like or whether the RTX 5080 config is still in stock, you can check the link in the description anytime. I came from a setup that was powerful on paper but always choked at the wrong moments. Heavy games would dip, long renders dragged, and multitasking felt like it hit an invisible wall. When I moved to the Panorama XL with the 24-core i9 and liquid cooling, it felt like stepping out of a cramped room into open air. Everything finally breathed. Once you feel that kind of headroom, going back to a weaker rig feels impossible. Day to day, the difference is obvious. You load into big titles and the RTX 5080 just tears through them with this calm, almost effortless power. Editing timelines stop stuttering. You can run multiple virtual machines, stream, keep dozens of tabs open, and the system doesn't flinch. There's this smoothness that makes you forget you're even pushing it. And the build, this is where the Panorama XL really owns its identity. The 360mm liquid cooler keeps temps under control without sounding like a jet engine. The airflow is clean, the RGB looks intentional instead of loud, and the whole chassis has that solid, expensive feel when you interact with it. It feels like a flagship, not something pretending to be one. If you've been waiting for a moment when deals drop or certain configs come back in stock, take a quick look at the link halfway through. These top-tier builds fluctuate more than people realize. Maybe you're wondering if you really need this much power. Or if the price jump is worth it. I had the same pause. But here's the truth. Once you start gaming, creating, and multitasking at this level, you cannot talk yourself into going backwards. You'd regret saving a little by choosing a weaker GPU or a smaller SSD. You always end up wishing you just bought the system with real headroom. Pros: massive performance headroom that feels effortless, cool and stable even under heavy loads, instant responsiveness for gaming and work, premium chassis that feels built to last, a setup that makes every task feel smoother. Cons: large footprint compared to mid-tower builds. High performance also means high investment, so if you've been looping through comparisons, watching benchmarks, and hesitating, this is your moment to break the cycle. Trust your instinct. If the stock and price look right, hit the link and lock in the Panorama XL now, before you end up researching for another month and wishing you'd just gone for it.